Alright, this is number 9 now for the chapter 12 stuff. This one, it looks like we're going to have to get 5x on one side and see what we can do to solve this. We get 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 equals 0. Looks like, I don't think I can factor this. 6 and 4, 8 and 3. Yeah, I might be able to do an 8 and 3. I'm going to try to factor this. So I'm going to group it. I'm going to modified group it because I have a coefficient there. So what multiplies to negative 24 and adds to negative 5? Looks like negative 8 and positive 3. So I'm going to write 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 12 equals 0. I'm going to group. So I pull out a 2x here. So I get x minus 4. And then I pull out a positive 3. I get x minus 4. So my two answers are, or I get 2x plus 3 and x minus 4 equals 0. If I set this equal to 0, I'll get negative 3 halves. If I set that equal to 0, I'll get 4. So these are my two answers, negative 3 halves and 4. You could also solve this quadratically. You'll get the same answer. I recommend this method though. Number 10. We can square root both sides to get rid of that. So I square root here and I square root here. So I get 2p plus 5 equals positive or negative 4. I subtract 5 on both sides, so I get 2p equals negative 5 plus or minus 4. I divide by 2, divide by 2. P equals negative 5 plus or minus 4 over 2. Since these are just numbers, we got to work it out. So negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1 over 2. And then negative 5 minus 4 is negative 9 over 2. So these are our two answers. Negative 1 over 2 and negative 9 over 2. Deriving the quadratic formula is online under deriving the quadratic formula using by completing the square. We're looking at 16 now. The product of two consecutive integers is 210. So I'm going to let c equal the first ci. I'm going to let c plus 1 equal second ci. So the product is multiplying them together. So it's c times c plus 1 equals 210. So that's c squared plus c equals 210. I'm going to subtract 210 on both sides. So I get c squared plus c minus 210 equals 0. I'm going to have to find factors of negative 210 that add up to positive 1. Again, you could also do this quadratically. What do we got? We got 14 and 15 maybe? 14 times 15, let's try it. 7, 140, yeah, so it looks like 14 and 15. So I'm going to do c plus 15, c minus 14 equals 0. So c could equal negative 15 or positive 14. So what that means is if c equals these things, I have to look back in this. So if c equals negative 15, then the integers are negative 15 and negative 14. And if c equals 14, then the integers are 14 and 15. So you have two solution sets for these. You can say negative 15 and negative 14, or 14 and 15. You can't just put positive or negative 14 and 15. It's a different kind of two answers because negative 14 and 15, negative 14 and positive 15 aren't consecutive. So you have to be clear that that's not your answer. So as long as you put it like this, this will be fine. These are two separate answer sets. Number 17, a square has its length increased by 3 and its width increased by 4. Square has the same length and width. So I can just say x, I could say let x equal squares length. And since it's a square, I can say x also equals the square's width. So then if we have a rectangle where it increased by, the width increased by 4 and the length increased by 3, that's our new one. So the resulting rectangle has an area that is 3 less than 3 times the area of the original square. So the resulting rectangle is x plus 4 x plus 3, the area of that. It's 3 less than 3 times the area of the original square. So I got to add 3 to make it equal 3 times the area of the original square, which is x squared. Just x times x. So that's 3x squared. If I FOIL this out, I'll get x squared plus 7x plus 12. Then I got this 3 tacked on, equals 3x squared. If I combine like terms here, I'll get x squared plus 7x plus 15 equals 3x squared. I'm going to grab some more paper here. If I get everything over to one side, I'm going to subtract x squared, subtract 7x, subtract 15. So I subtract x squared, subtract 7x, and subtract 15. So I get 2x squared minus 7x minus 15 equals 0. I'm going to, I can factor this or complete the square, factor this or use the quadratic. I'm going to factor this one, so I need something that multiplies to negative 30 and adds to negative 7. Looks like negative 10 and positive 3. So I get 2x squared minus 10x plus 3x minus 15 equals 0. I'm going to group like that. I pull out a 2x from here, I get x minus 5. I pull out a positive 3 from here, I get x minus 5. So I get 2x plus 3 quantity times quantity x minus 5. So my two possible answers are negative 3 halves and 5. Negative 3 halves you can't have for a length, so 5 is our only possibility. So x is going to equal 5. And we can check it. 5 times 5 is 25. So the original square would be 25. The rectangle would be 9 times 8, so 72. The resulting rectangle is 3 less than 3 times the area of the original square. So the original square is 25. So the 3 times it is 75. 3 less than that is 72. So this checks. And number 18, guys, that's already been put up. It's under this thing. If you search for 8H, page 578, number 29, you'll see it. Guys, I hope this helps. Good luck tomorrow.